So John, the busy period continues on Friday at home to Dundalk. What's your thoughts ahead of it, please?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good game. I'm looking forward to it. It's an opportunity to go out and perform and get 3 points and get ourselves back climbing up the table where we feel we should be.
Yeah, you said in your programme notes that the last 2 weeks have been tough with the 3 defeats. How's the mood in the squad? I know we're speaking on Wednesday, so the boys were back in this morning and recovered themselves on Tuesday ahead of the prep continuing for the game on Friday.
Yeah, it's obviously disappointment and frustration, as you'd expect. But you know, my job and the staff's job and the players' job is to get themselves going and get themselves up. And you know, we haven't got time to feel sorry for ourselves. We need to make sure, come Friday, you know, what's happened has happened and it's gone. We can't change that now, but what we can do is we can impact the next games that are coming up. And we've got 4 out of 5 at home, which for me is huge. Playing at Richmond in front of that crowd is going to be big, and it's making sure that we, get them right behind us, which I'm, certain they will be. Yeah,
we're heading for our biggest home crowd in a number of years this Friday, with St Pat's fans set to be on all 4 sides of Richmond Park, including the Shed End. Tickets for the 𝗂𝗥𝗘𝗩𝗜 and the Shed available on stpatsfc.com. So home to Dundalk on Friday, John, and then a derby against Shells the following week. So 2 games back to back to hopefully make that Richmond advantage count before the little break.
Yeah, well, that's the plan. I think looking at, as I said, home games are key, and it's important that we turn Richmond into a fortress and try and pick up as many points as we can here. We're obviously disappointed at home to Bohs to get beat 1-0 to a penalty decision that we felt probably was a bit harsh, but it's making sure that when we get our chances we put them away, and giving our strikers and attacking players more opportunities by getting the ball into them sooner and quicker, and just playing at a much higher tempo that we all feel we can do and we know we can do.
Yeah, prior to Waterford on Monday, you spoke there about the positives from the Bohs match, and certainly in Derry, Rory Keaton scores his first league goal, a cracker, and we lose it late. There's probably questions over a foul on �奧𝗫𝗍𝗂 in the Derry equaliser too, so there were good bits in both of those games, and football back on the bike again, and another chance for the boys to go and show a lot of the good bits that they have shown and hopefully improve on some of the bits from Waterford as well.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's, look, you always analyse and you always try and improve the areas that went wrong, but as you said, there was parts of the games that were decent for us, and that we feel if the ball had dropped a certain way, you maybe get an opportunity, but it's making sure that we present ourselves with more chances to score goals and give ourselves the best chance of coming out of the game with 3 points. And hopefully on Friday, as I said, we can do that with a big crowd. You mentioned there about obviously 4 sides. That'll be something to see, having the ground full of Pats fans, and I'm sure the boys will really appreciate that.
Yeah, you mentioned there about, I suppose, the game so far, and across all the matches, the teams, everyone's beating each other. It's we spoke last week about no one having a 100% record, then the results Friday and Monday as well. So if we can put a couple of wins together, it really changes the context, and I'm sure the other teams will feel the same. But it is very early, and it's really a competitive division so far anyway.
Yeah, no, it is, and I think it's not the start we would have wanted. I'm not going to sit here and say, it is. It's definitely not. We obviously wanted more points on the board. We wanted to have more, chances to score, and we understand. Obviously on Monday we seen the frustration from the fans, and we feel that too. 100% feel it too, and fans have every right to vent and anger, their frustrations at us after the result on Monday against Waterford. So it's up to us now to make sure we go out, we perform, we put in a performance that is expected of Pats, and we can go and try and get them 3 points. As you said, everybody's kind of capable of beating everybody, so we've given ourselves a kind of little hill to climb at the start of the season that we've not got much room for error. We need to make sure that we start picking up points as soon as possible, and that's starting on Friday.
Dundalk themselves, a difficult night on Monday. They started with a draw in Tallaght live on TV and lost to Galway. Their game on Friday was rained off. You've had them watched, and I'm sure you've seen the video clips as well. What's your assessment of what we'll face here on Friday?
Yeah, I've watched all their games, and as you said, they were very good, and Tallaght got a good result, and there was aspects of their games and the other games they lost that they had opportunities to score. Their attacking threat is very good. They've got good pace on the sides, up front they're lively. In midfield they've got good technical players, so yeah, and good experience at the back. So it's important that, as I said, we play our game, we give ourselves the best opportunity. Let's get supply up to the strikers, up to the attacking players, that they can go and show the fans what they're about.
And lastly, just team news wise, 𝗂𝗏𝗂𝗍𝗂 progressing well from his recent surgeries. 𝗲𝗏 building his fitness. Of course, he joined us on the eve of the season, and Ryan McLaughlin unfortunately went off very early on Monday and looked quite upset. So how is Ryan and the rest of the group shaping up for Friday?
Yeah, Tom is obviously progressing as well as he can. He was back on the pitch doing a little bit of running and a bit of ball work today with Sam the physio. So he's had a tough time. You know, obviously coming back from the cruise ship and then having to get the hamstring done as well was disappointing for him, and we're all disappointed. We're all gutted for him, but he's a good, positive lad, and he'll get there. And I'm sure once he's back in the fold, it will obviously give us an extra top player to be able to choose from. Ramal has obviously come in and he's not up to speed yet. He's still building up his fitness, so but looks a talented player once we can get him up to speed. And Ryan's another one that's just been very, very unfortunate. You know, coming back from a quad injury. You know, probably I think Axel done very well on Friday up in Derry, but having been out himself for a long time, we decided to put Ryan in, and you know, after 9 minutes, I think it was, he done something to his quad, or sorry, his calf. So we're obviously waiting on the full extent of that. So hopefully it's nothing major and not too long, but I would imagine he'll be out for Friday and maybe next week.
Thanks, Jon. Best of luck.
Thank you.